What is up, everyone? Today on Seth Leroy Hustle Adventures, I had a crazy week. Let me tell you what, the week started off slow, got a local run, and then it picked up, did our normal thing. But the van was having a wheel bearing issue, but I thought it was a brake issue, but we're gonna find out Monday. I have an appointment. But anyways, it was a crazy week, and we're gonna go over the numbers, and Sarah's gonna give it to you exactly how it went play by play and how much we made this week. Started off slow, became a decent week. So without further ado, we're gonna kick it off to Sarah. Let's go.
Hey everybody, I'm back to go over numbers with you guys. We had another good week. We didn't quite make our goal, but it was still a successful week. We made more than our minimum, so that's great. So I'll just jump right into it. So we had a busy Monday, so we just decided to not do anything on Monday, which is really cool when you own your own business to be able to say, hey, I'm not going to work today. I had too much going on, so I'll catch you tomorrow. So yeah, we had a busy Monday. We stayed home and we waited until Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we waited around all day. Not much came out. But finally something did come out more towards the evening time, and it was a little local run just in Minnesota, which is really cool. The pickup location was like an hour away from us in Sauk Rapids, and then to drive it to the drop-off in St. Paul, that was a little over an hour probably. So this run only took about 4 hours, which was really cool. It just took up the evening, and he was still home to have dinner at night and watch some shows and go to bed with everyone. So okay, I said it was from Sauk Rapids going to Minneapolis. Did I say St. Paul? I meant to say Minneapolis. They're the twin cities. They're right next to each other. Drop-off was in Minneapolis. So that ended up being 140 miles. And originally it was for $250. But after Seth dropped it off, the broker contacted Seth's dispatcher and said he really appreciated how Seth was so professional when he dropped it off and everything. And so he decided to give Seth an extra $75 as a bonus. What kind of broker does that? Usually brokers are like stiflers and like just super rude most of the time, but this guy was pretty cool. So he said, I'm giving you an extra $75. Dinner for your families on me, basically, is what he said. So we were like all excited because that's never happened before. And to this drop-off, he had to use his TWIC card. And I guess when you have a TWIC card, brokers have their specific people they like to work with a TWIC card. So like those runs are kind of harder to get if a broker isn't getting with their like known people that they know that they go with to handle those types of loads. So we're thinking hopefully that this guy's going to consider Seth in the future to be one of his like guys he can call on if Seth is around to just do a drop off, because that was definitely building a good business relationship with the guy. We were all excited, totally happy. So yeah, that ended up being like $325 just for that quick little 4-hour run. So we were like, yeah, some people work like 10 or 12 hours in a day just to make that much money, and that only took like 4 hours. So that was our Tuesday. So the next day on Wednesday, it was a little bit more poppin'. Loads were coming out. We were putting in bids and everything. And the one that he got just happened to be to Michigan. So Seth was told that it was direct, which we tend to go for more of the direct ones when they're a little bit further away, just so he can pick it up, bring it to the location all in one shot, be done with it, and then just go directly to sleep. You know, it's more known how much sleep you're gonna get. But midway through this run, he was notified that the drop-off wasn't until 8 in the morning, and that was not what was originally on the load board, I guess. It said direct, but on the RC, his dispatcher noticed that it was noted that it would be an 8 o'clock drop-off, and Seth was pretty annoyed because that meant that, okay, so he'd get to the location, only get like 3 hours of sleep, and then have to wake up, drop it off, and maybe then go back to sleep right after, which is never fun. Who wants to wake up groggy after only getting 3 hours of sleep to go work and then have to try to fall asleep right after? So he was like super mad, just talking shit like the whole time. Because me and Seth do voice messages through, we either use Signal or Messenger, like all day. Whenever Seth is doing his runs, we'll just like voice message back and forth, like, yeah, this is what's going on and blah, blah, blah. And he was just so mad about it. Like, how can they just do that? That felt like a bait and switch, because like when you're considering taking a load, you know, that's important because you want to know if it's going to be direct or not. You know, you want to know your timing and everything. So that was a major dupe. So, but anyway, Seth decided to just drive straight through, and then he actually went to the drop-off location and noticed that there were lights on inside and stuff, and that people were actually in the building. So he rang the buzzer, and someone came to the door, and Seth was like, yeah, I'm not supposed to drop this off until 8 o'clock, but they did me dirty with this because I thought it was direct. But they said 8 o'clock, and the guy said, yeah, we normally don't do unloading until 8 o'clock, but he was like, I got you, I can do this, I can help you out. So luckily, Seth was able to get that unloaded, and by the grace of God, he drove to a rest stop and got to get really good sleep, and everything was great. So this load was from Rochester, Minnesota to Portage, Michigan. It was 626 miles, and he was paid $670 for this one. So, okay, yep, that was good mileage and good pay for that. So we were happy how that went, even though there was just that little fluke in the beginning, but it actually ended up working out okay. So the next day, when he woke up, he drove to Maryville, Indiana, just to kind of see what he could pick up from there. I originally thought he was going to go to Chicago, but for some reason, I guess Maryville, Indiana isn't too far away from Chicago, so it was a good place to rest. So he put in a bunch of bids, you know, because it was like Thursday at that point, and he usually likes to be home Friday, so he was just trying to like get anything just to like get towards home. But the one to accept his, you know, his bid and everything was something that was supposed to be picked up the next day. When he called and told me this, he voice messaged me this, but either way, like at first I was like, okay, cool, at least he's gonna know, you know, he's gonna be home tomorrow. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like super annoyed, because he was in a good location, you know, he was coming up on Chicago and then next Milwaukee or whatever. And it wasn't too late in the day to like automatically just take this and chill for the day, you know, because it meant, okay, the profit that he was going to make on this was only going to be like $230, and then it meant he thought he was out of commission for the day, but basically we lost a day of work, and then the next day he wouldn't be home until like 4 o'clock, And Fridays are a big day for us. Like, I have to work on Saturday. I think I talk about this in like every video, but like Fridays we like to hang out and just have like a family day. So like the way I think about it is it's not worth the time to only make $230, lose most of our Friday, and then not make anything on Thursday. So I got mad. Seth was already starting to drive to the pickup location because this one was in Wisconsin, and I said, stop where you are. I said, tell your dispatcher to find you another one to cover today because it's just not worth it to me. For all the reasons that I just said, you know, losing a day, only making $230, and then not getting to be like a family the next day, all for $230. I was like, crap. So I was kind of mad about it, because he's supposed to check in with me. Well, he's not supposed to, but like if it's an iffy one, like not pick up until the next day, like could you please check in with me first so I can like do the math and figure it all out and see if that's even gonna be okay for us. But like he just took it, and so I was like, no, you need to stop where you are, have your dispatcher look for another one. And because you still got a lot of ground to cover between Maryville, Indiana and Wisconsin, so there's some money to be made still for the day. You know, it was like late afternoon. So luckily, not too long after, his dispatcher did find him another one for Thursday to make up some money, you know, to make up that gap between Thursday and Friday and losing out on money and everything like that. So the pickup for the next one he found, this is a little bit out of order because the way I calculated it for mileage and everything is kind of all over the place. Like this was a local one in Wisconsin. So and that it ended up being, he picked up in West Bend, Wisconsin and delivered to Racine, Wisconsin, and that was for $250. So that was nice. He made $250 for Thursday when we thought he wasn't going to make anything on Thursday because he devoted himself to that Friday pickup. I'm really glad that his dispatcher found him that one and he was able to do that. So the next day on Friday was not too far from where he dropped off in Racine, Wisconsin. It was, can't remember where he picked up, somewhere not too far from Racine, Wisconsin. And then, so this Friday morning one, he picked it up and it actually had 3 drop-offs that he had to do from Wisconsin to Minnesota. So the first drop-off, and all of these drop-offs were for the U.S. Postal Service. So it was, the first drop-off was in U.S. Postal Service in Milwaukee. The second one was in Eau Claire, and then the third one was in St. Paul, Minnesota. So between the short run that he had the day before on Thursday, that was for $250, and then the one that he did on Friday with the drop-offs in the 3 locations between, you know, Wisconsin and Minnesota, that one was for $510. So between all those runs, he made $760. And he drove 765 miles from the location he dropped off in Michigan all the way to Wisconsin, and all the bouncing around that he did in Wisconsin between all of those drop-offs and pickups and everything like that. So I was pretty happy with that. You know, that's around $1 per mile, so I'm glad he got to cover his butt from Thursday into Friday. And then on his way back home, he started actually having some van issues. We're not quite sure exactly what his van issues are, but we're gonna take it into the shop on Monday. Luckily, he made it home right when his light started beeping at him that something bad was about to happen. So that was pretty successful. We're happy. He at least made it home. We made money, not quite our goal, but pretty close to our goal. So I'll go through the rundown. This is what everyone is waiting for, or maybe what you fast forward to. If you do that, that's naughty, because when I tell you all this stuff, you know, it is important information. It's kind of stuff, you know, you should want to know, like the things you deal with when you're going through drop off and pick up, and how you decide if you're gonna take something or not, you know. But I mean, if you want to skip forward to see exactly how much it is that we made, it's like you're not gonna know how we got there, so good luck. But anyways, so all the runs all together was $1,755 just from Tuesday to Friday. We only stay out for 4 days ever, so we like to make it 3. But so, okay, $1,755. Gas and food costs $419, which left us with $1,336. $267 will be left in the business account for taxes and savings. $152.25 will be left in the business account for insurance. And we're going to deposit into our checking account. We write owner's draw on the check. So what we deposit is $916.75. All of our bills for the week are $678, which leaves us with $239 of just extra money, which I will divvy up into multiple categories. Some of it will be spending, some of it will be saving up for some birthdays that are in May. Yeah. Maybe our daughter's birthday in June, I don't know. I start saving like weeks in advance for things, or months in advance, but I already have Easter all saved up. That's cool. Yeah. So anyway, there you have it. That's what we made for this week. Think after taxes and savings came out. We call taxes the same as savings because we don't know exactly how much we have to put away for taxes. We just pull off 20% of the total runs after we subtract gas and food. So we put that aside and we call it taxes/savings, because we don't, like I said, we don't know what's going to be taxes and what we'll get to keep for savings. So I'm sure not all of this will go to savings. But after taxes and savings came out, we had $1,069, and that's pretty much our profit. You know, could deduct insurance and stuff, but whatever. I mean, what do you want to call profit, right? I guess if we were being real, total profit would have been $916.75, but whatever. Either way, we're cool with it. Happy we had another good week, and yeah, now we just have to see what's up with our van. But anyways, hope you like this video. Like, share, comment, subscribe to this video. You know what to do. So anyway, I will see you next week. It was nice talking to you and telling y'all about our sensitive money business info. So anyway, yep, catch you next week. Bye. Bye.